Alright, I've had a hankering to play some Risen Reef, so here is Omnath, Locus of the Roil, back again. And we're up against Kenrith the Returned King. So 2 returned commanders today. Let's keep that. We can get into a turn 2 Crucible of Worlds. We're still hoping for a green source though, or a fetch with the Crucible. Let's just drop the island first off. Okay, not quite. We do get into Chandra Acolyte Flame though. Let's just drop the Crucible of Worlds and hope that we don't draw into a red source next turn. If I get into a red source, I'll wish that I had played the Mountain this turn, because we could go for Chandra. Alright, our opponent tapped black mana there, so they may well have a Vampiric Tutor in hand. They decided not to go for it if they do. Oh, it's an Imperial Seal they had. Alright. That's a sorcery speed Vampiric Tutor. Alright, there is that fetch that we need, so we can go in for Cultivate. That's really good. We'll go in for a Tropical Island. Then we'll grab that Cultivate. And some people used to ask, I'm sure I've got new subscribers since I last played the Omnath deck. Some people ask why Urborg is in here. It's because of cards like Ancient Tomb. It might be strictly because of Ancient Tomb. Actually, I don't think Boseiju is in here. Let's go for a green and a red. We'll put the red into play just in case we want to go for Chandra next turn. I don't think we will. No, I don't think we will, but you never know. Always good to keep your options open. Yeah, the Urborg allows this thing to tap for black instead of 2 mana and 2 life. And it just really helps in saving some life, especially when you get it out on turn 2 like we have done here. Oh, Dak Faden stealing our Crucible of Worlds. So perhaps going for the Chandra here. Yeah, they do have haste. So let's drop a Mountain. And we'll hold on to the Harrow, go for Chandra, and we'll get rid of that Dak Faden. Our opponent has a fetch as well, so they've got a land to make for the rest of the game. We'll make some elemental tokens, and then we can take 1 in at our opponent, 1 in at Dak Faden. And that deals with that Planeswalker. Now, do we want to hold on to Harrow for when we've got either our Commander or the other Omnath in play? How far are we off this one? This is 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We could get that down next turn and start making a bunch of big 5/5 elementals. I think I might hold on to the Harrow actually. Our opponent not going for the Marsh Flats out of the graveyard. Instead going to cycle. They've got 5 cards left in hand, and we have no idea what their tactic is with this Kenrith deck. It may well just be Super Friends. Okay, Sakura Tribe Elder. So let's go. Yeah, we need double greens, so we'll go like that. Get down the big Omnath, then we'll go... Yeah, we'll put a loyalty counter on the Chandra actually. I'm not too desperate to get 2 points of damage on my opponent. You never know when the extra loyalty might be relevant. Getting down another land from hand, not going for the Crucible of Worlds. Now a Darksteel Mutation is on our Omnath. We continue to get into lands though. Harrow. Yeah, let's get down. What is this? Plus counters. Draw a card if you control 8 or more lands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will control if we go for Harrow. So let's get down our Commander first of all. Argument to be made actually for us going for the Elementals first. Yeah, probably should have done that so that we'll Lightning Bolt our opponent, but not to worry. Then we go Urborg. And we'll put a plus counter on our own Commander. Let's get these Elementals into play. Then we'll go for the Harrow. We'll get rid of a mountain, and then we'll get a mountain, and then we'll get a mountain and a forest. And we'll just buff up our commander, because these elementals are going to die anyway. Alright, search for Azcanta. I'm not going to go for that over Sakura Tribe Elder, because we can't, so let's just play Sakura Tribe Elder here. I'm going to sack that now for an island, just in case we can play whatever we draw into. Okay, 3 visits is more landfall. So we just swing in with the elementals. Is this turned into a colourless creature? No, it still has its colours, which means it's not going to be able to block the Sword of Feast and Famine. So Kenrith can come down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can't equip itself with this, but it can give itself haste. We're not worried about that with an indestructible in play, though. Okay, a Sun Titan. Probably getting back Dak Thaden, yeah? They can't steal anything from us, thankfully, but they can loot. They've only got 2 cards left in hand. And they get rid of Slippery Cast. And then pass over to us. So what have we got here? That is a Smoke Braider. Yeah, I think we have to try and encourage our opponent to lose Sun Titan here. Play a land first. We'll shock this in, because I don't know how much mana we're going to need. Depends what we draw into. A Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp onto Smoke Braider might be good. We could also go for Harrow with Chandra. Or Cultivate would work, wouldn't it? No, I want to get some damage onto Dak Thaden, and we can clamp one of the tokens that doesn't die. So let's swing everything in at Dak Thaden. Leave back the Indestructible. I always think that has Defender for some reason. They just block one of the elementals, so Dak Thaden going down again. Let's play out the Skull Clamp. Clamp the elemental that's going to die anyway. A Gruul Signet. I think we'll get down landfall with the 3 visits. Grab a Tiger. Get into Heroic Intervention, not getting into many elementals here, unfortunately. Let's play one. And we'll clamp this one as well. Alright, Parallel Lives and Avenger of Zendikar, that's good. So that means we go Gruul Signet into Parallel Lives, don't hold up Heroic Intervention, and keep our fingers crossed. Yeah, I think that's alright. Our opponent's only got 2 cards left in hand. And that sets us up nicely for Avenger of Zendikar next turn. Finally making use of Crucible of Worlds by playing out the Marsh Flats. That can tap for mana thanks to our Urborg. Now, I forgot all about the swords, so they can actually go straight through to our Chandra here and trigger their own Sun Titan. Going for Kenrith as well. Can't activate Kenrith. But Omnath keeps his colours, I think. I only skimmed through this before, but yeah, it doesn't say anything about colours. So we actually can't block here. They attack and probably get into Dak Thaden again. And that's exactly what they aim for. They could steal our Skull Clamp just to take it off of us. And they're swinging in at us, not at Chandra. And then forcing us to discard a card, we'll get rid of Stomping Ground. And this is where the Urborg, an Ancient Tomb, comes in handy. We can tap the Fiery Islet for black as well, so we don't have to take life from that either. No, they're going for the looting on Dak Thaden, not stealing the Skull Clamp from us. They might wish they had when they see Avenger of Zendikar. They've still got protection from green though. We really need to get into something for the Sword of Feast and Famine. They've now got the mana thanks to untapping lands with the Sword of Feast and Famine. They can go for Vorinclex out of the bin with the Kenrith. They just discarded that to Dak Thaden, I think. Or they've discarded it previously. So we're going to have some of our lands frozen here. Let's play a land. Okay, get into another land. Yeah, haven't had the best of luck this game, really. All of those lands we tapped are going to get frozen by Vorinclex, but we do get Avenger of Zendikar. So we get a bunch of tokens into play. Let's tap down yet another land. Go for a Skull Clamp on one of those. Zendikar Resurgent. I don't know where all our elementals are this game. We really want rid of that sword. So let's clamp again. Eternal Witness doesn't get us anything. Yeah, I think we just have to Sky Shroud Claim here and hope that our opponent doesn't take us out. What abilities are on here? There's a plus counter. Okay, they can put a plus counter. They need 8, 9, 10, 11, so 3 plus counters on that will do it. Yeah, we're desperate to get rid of that thing, aren't we? So we just have to go for a clamp here as far as I can tell. Yeah, still nothing. I don't think we have any 2-mana removal for that sword, but we'll try and get into it. Nah, we were never getting into anything this game. We'll make another land with the exploration. That will activate the Avenger of Zendikar, and the Omnath will put a plus counter on Avenger. Then we'll crack this, get into the last mountain in the deck apparently, and do all that again. And there is a Song of the Dryads. That would have done it. We are 1 mana away from getting Song of the Dryads into play, unfortunately. So yeah, drew plenty of cards, but just didn't get into the removal, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do here. Plus we're going to have our lands frozen next turn anyway. So we'll just leave it at that and pass the turn. Say good game to our opponent to show them that we don't have anything. And let's get rid of... Even then we didn't get into many elementals there. The only one we drew into was Muldrifter. Rite of Replication onto the Avenger of Zendikar would have been really good. But this sword is going to be the end of us. And not getting into any removal quickly enough is going to be the end of us as well. All they have to do here is put plus counters onto the Sun Titan with the Kenrith, which is exactly what they're doing. And they now have a 10 power protection from black and green Sun Titan. And very respectfully just swinging in for the victory. And getting back the Eternal Witness. So there'll be more triggers goes on the stack here before they put us out of our misery. Yeah, they get the tutor back. We take a hit for 10, and that takes us out of the game. Let's, out of curiosity, draw a few more cards and see what... Maelstrom Wanderer. That would have been handy. And, yeah, it's going to freeze up there. Yeah, like I said, not getting into removal, not getting into that many elementals. We got plenty of ramp, we got plenty of card draw thanks to our commander. But the only elementals we saw, really, were... there's the Mana Dork, yeah, the Smoke Braider. We got this down pretty quickly, but luckily our opponent had an answer for it. That would have taken over the game really quickly. And probably would have seen us through to a victory here, actually, had it not have been for the Darksteel Ingot. Darksteel Mutation. The third elemental, Avenger of Zendikar. And the fourth, a Muldrifter. So I think we only saw 4 elementals that game, which is not good in an elemental tribal deck. Anyway, it's better luck next time. It was good play by our opponent. Got to see some good plays from Kenrith the Returned King. So hopefully you all enjoyed it. I'm tribalkai on the EDH channel. Thank you for watching.